Good morning, guys. So I am in Cheraga, in the central part of Cheraga, and I'm going to show you how to drive to Hussein Dey by avoiding as much as possible traffic. So now we are on a Saturday morning. It's the month of Ramadan, but the traffic has already started and congestion has already started in some of the worst hotspots or the worst choke points here on the roads of Algiers. And I've just left the central part or the central square of Cheraga behind. Now we are going to have to hurry up a little bit. And in fact, what I'm going to do is to drive to Hussein Dey, from Cheraga to Hussein Dey via Biar, by trying to avoid traffic as much as possible, and also by trying to avoid the motorway, because now we are going to the Biar motorway, of course. Now we are going to suppose that even there is traffic even in the motorway, okay, which is often the case in rush hour. Now it's not rush hour; it's Saturday morning. Sorry, and well, off we go. This is the expressway that links Cheraga to Chevalier. Generally, there is no traffic whatsoever here, and you can see the sign over there with the arrow pointing to Algiers. Now I'm going to stop filming for a while here. Alright guys, so we're going to continue driving along this road until we reach the area of Chevalier. And although Chevalier is known to be Chevalier is like a crossroads between various neighborhoods, between Biar and Chateauneuf and Biar and Cheraga and Bouzria, and the road to Bebelwed. Roll up the window in the back, please. So Cheraga is but you know, Chevalier, traffic in Chevalier isn't that bad, except when you are going in some directions, but it isn't that bad. If you are driving towards Biar, Chateauneuf or Biar. Anyways, it's going to be an interesting route, I hope. And this is an expressway. I once walked it on foot. I walked this route here between Cheraga and Chevalier on foot, and it took me an hour, a full hour, in order to reach the Chevalier bus station. It was a hell of a walk, and despite the fact that it was in the winter, in January I think, or in early February 2021, it was sunny and it was hot. So it was a hell of a walk, you know. Yet some people here in this area enjoy walking, you know. They walk long distances when there are no buses or cabs. If you want to go to Dil Ibrahim, you take the right. If you want to go to the Biar motorway, you take the right. If you want to go to Ain Allah, you take the right too. But we are driving straight on. There is this crossroads here. You've got to be very careful here. So Algiers, central Algiers and Biar straight ahead. There is a roundabout over there ahead. A roundabout. You take the right lane in order to go to it, and if you turn left at the roundabout, you will get to Biar. But we are taking the underpass and driving underneath the roundabout in order to make it quicker and go drive towards Chevalier. And Chevalier is ahead of us. It's over there. It's in sight now. The area on my right is known as Clerval. It's a residential neighborhood, and the area on my left is known as Fougeron. There is this beautiful mosque here, the Clerval Mosque, and there is a garden on the left, a very beautiful garden. I sometimes bring my kids to play parkour here. They enjoy playing parkour. Of course, they're still kids, but they dream about becoming parkour players. The garden is on the left. As you can see, there is no traffic now. There is no congestion here in Chevalier. The Chevalier bus station is on the right and on the left too, for the buses going to Dil Ibrahim. We've got to be very careful here. There are tons of students and other people. The University of Bouzaria being on the left, not very far from here. So we've got to be very careful here. There are lots of people walking around. The Al-Arkam Mosque is on the right. If you want to go to Binakunur, you take the right. But we are driving straight on, driving through this underpass here, a second underpass that goes underneath the Chevalier roundabout, in order to avoid driving around the roundabout. And now we are in the area known as Châteauneuf, or we are rather approaching it. There is some traffic here because we are approaching Biar, but I can bear with it. So this is National Highway 41, by the way. Oh, ever since we left, when we left the central part of Cheraga, we got into N41, National Highway 41. It's a long highway that will lead us straight to Biar and the Malika Gate Boulevard. That building, that tall building on the right, is the AGB Bank building. It's the tallest building here in Algiers, 94 meters tall. If you want to go to Binakunur, you take the right, but we are driving straight ahead towards Biar. On National Highway 41. So that building is 94 meters tall, yes. And this is Châteauneuf, or Newcastle, the New Castle, literally translated as the New Castle. And it's part of Biar. This is the Biar municipality. I hope that my phone doesn't overheat, because now the sun is high and it's getting more and more, it's getting hotter and hotter. Central part of Biar is on the left, and businesses are essentially concentrated along the Bougoura Boulevard, Malika Gate Boulevard, and the Kennedy Square. So now if you want to go to Kennedy Square, to the central, the very heart of Biar, you take the left, but we are driving straight on because I'd like to show you another Binakunur is on the right, and I'd love to show you another route in order to completely avoid traffic. The central part of Biar is plagued with traffic, trust me. Mohammed Chouetar School. It's a nice residential area. So now we're going to turn right. The central part of Biar is left, but we are going to turn right and take this street, drive onto this street, the Bashir al-Ibrahimi street, a very long street that links El Biar to La Colonne or Hydra, the Hydra area. It's a diplomatic neighborhood here. The neighborhood, this street was named after Bashir al-Ibrahimi, one of the founders and leaders of the Association of Muslim Scholars, the Algerian Association of Muslim Scholars. And usually there is no traffic here, although it could sometimes be slow, but traffic is generally fluid around here. All right, guys. So now we're going to turn left to drive towards the city center. Great. There you go. There are some dead ends here, but they are signaled with these blue and red signs. So it's cool when they signal us dead ends, so that we don't drive into them. And now we've got to take this turn. And normally this street here leads to a part of Algiers or a part of Poisson. This is Poisson, in fact. It's part of El Biar. It leads to a part of Poisson known as L'Iglicine. And I guess that this is Al Mu'izz ibn Badi street. So we are driving on Al Mu'izz ibn Badi street, where traffic goes in both directions. Yes, there are these beautiful cedar trees planted in some gardens here, in some front yards here in the local houses, and they are making the area look even more beautiful. Although the road is unfortunately a little bit rough. So this street will lead us to Mohammed Bouguera Boulevard, to the Mohammed Bouguera Boulevard. That's exactly what I wanted. And it would have saved us a lot of traffic in El Biar. We have escaped to a lot of traffic. There are more cedar trees here. 2 trees on the left. Very beautiful. The road is bumpy here. And you've got to be careful, by the way, because there are sharp bends around here. And now we have arrived at the Boulevard Bouguera, the Bouguera Boulevard, Mohammed Bouguera. There are shortcuts on the left that lead to Tilibli. But we can't take any, we have left them behind. Look, it only took us 14 minutes in order to drive from the central part of Cheraga to this part of central Algiers. We are almost in central Algiers. Didouche Morad is on the left. If you want to go to Didouche Morad, you drive as far as the roundabout. There is a roundabout over there. It's the Addis Ababa roundabout. You drive as far as that roundabout, then you take the left. But we are driving straight, because we are headed to Hussein Dey, therefore we are driving straight. And we are driving through this tunnel, this other underpass that goes beneath the Addis Ababa Square. It's one of the most practical. I mean, the route that I have taken here is one of the most practical routes to drive from Cheraga towards Hussein Dey. It's a little bit complicated. Most people would have taken this, the motorway and gotten stuck in traffic, but when it's rush hour, you've got to come up with ideas, you know, with very smart ideas in order to practical ideas in order to avoid traffic and avoid spending 2 hours on the road just to cross or drive 10 kilometers. If you want to go to the Martyrs Memorial, you take the right, and also to Champ Madab and Belcourt or Belmousdad. So this is the Ali Millah Boulevard. Be careful here, there are people crossing the road, and the road is very wide, and it's hilly, it's a sloping road. There is a beautiful garden here on the right, and there is the Mustafa Pasha Hospital on the left. Very important hospital. So Premier May or Mayday Square is on the right, and just look, there is another underpass here. Have you that goes underneath Mayday Square or Place du Premier Mai. So as you can see, these underpasses are extremely practical in order to leave the congested areas of Algiers, and in order to go, I mean, to drive through them as well. So these underpasses were built, or they were designed and built in the early 2000s in order to avoid congestion. And of course, as you can see, they have come in handy. They have come in handy, and now all I have to do is to drive straight on until I find an exit that will lead me to Hussein Dey, to the area of Hussein Dey. It's almost like a dream, you know, driving in I mean, from the central part of Cheraga to Hussein Dey in about 20 minutes. It's all a matter of you know, shortcuts. You've got to find the right shortcuts. And once you know them, you should learn how to use them to your advantage. Yet I would also recommend that you avoid traffic as much as possible. You avoid rush hour as much as possible, okay? Because sometimes everything is paralyzed with traffic. Everything. All parts of Algiers are paralyzed with traffic from time to time. Let's say this happens once a month or something. At that moment, even shortcuts wouldn't really be of much help. And I have like a personal theory, okay? If you keep moving, keep driving, even if you know, you drive over a very long distance and you bypass some parts of the city. You drive around the city in order to or circumvent the city in order to go to where you want to avoid traffic. It kind of works. I prefer to spend an hour. Imagine, for example, that it would only take me, I mean, it usually takes me, for example, 20 minutes to drive from central Algiers to Bab Zouar. Then someday traffic is paralyzed. Then I would go, I mean, if I had to go as far as Blida in order to come back to Bab Zouar without getting stuck in traffic, then I would do it. Although although it might sound a little bit exaggerated, but I prefer spending my time driving instead of spending 3 or 4 hours stuck in traffic, especially on a very hot day, on a very hot summer day, or on a rainy day, on a stormy and rainy day. Stuck in traffic, it's definitely not the thing to do. I prefer to spend an hour or two driving, trying to reach the place I want to go to, instead of spending all that time stuck in traffic, rotting under the sun.
Looks like we arrived fast after all. It isn't too bad
20
going
minutes.
from Cheraga.
We're already in Hussein Dey. This is the Fernand Hanafi street, one of the main streets of Hussein Dey, leading straight to the Amirosh apartment complex.
57 seconds to be exact.
Yeah.
No.
By the time you finish saying it.
No, make that 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
It would have reached 21 minutes, yes.
So I guess that.
So you'd better not talk about seconds.
Seconds.
Not talk.
You mean seconds? Yeah. We should. I can't talk about seconds, because they pass all the time. They pass. You can't count them exactly, except if you have a time skip, of course. If you can stop time, pause the time.
Yes, which is impossible to do.
Yeah.
All right,
It's impossible to do. It's impossible to do.
All right, guys. So now we have reached the Amirosh Square, or the Amirosh roundabout. There is this beautiful mosque here, the Ibad al-Rahman Mosque, or the Servants of the Merciful. That's what the name translates. And this is the Amirosh apartment complex. We have arrived in Hussein Dey, and it took us only 22 minutes to drive from the central part of Cheraga to the central part of Hussein Dey. And well, it's not bad at all. It's in fact excellent. It's almost like a dream. You could do that too, even on a busy day. Try it, and then tell me in the comment section if you want to. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching, and I would like to ask you to like and subscribe. Only a third of you have in fact subscribed. Only a third of my viewers have in fact subscribed, and I would love the two other thirds to subscribe as well.
Drop a comment for any suggestions
yes,
for
if you
next
have,
videos.
Exactly. If you have any suggestions, drop me a comment.
Don't forget to ring the bell to not miss out our next videos.
Yeah, sure. Hit the notifications button in order to not miss out on our next videos. Drive carefully, drive safely. Visit Algiers, and goodbye.